Hello, friends, and welcome back to your mats, and welcome to beautiful Vermont. Very happy to be bringing you class from here today. I have something short for you today, just a spine mobility practice. Should be nice and relaxing, really get you moving, and we're gonna get the spine moving in every direction, all right? So to begin, you can place your feet firmly on the ground, about hips width apart, setting up for mountain, so lining your knees over your ankles, hips over your knees, standing tall, gentle engagement through the core, and shoulders over hips, looking forward, down at the ground, maybe 10-15 feet away from you. You can leave your hands at your sides, palms forward, or you can come hands to heart center, whatever feels good for you today. And we're going to take a few moments here to really just drop into the present moment, into our practice today. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. Feel your eyelids getting heavy. Take a nice few deep breaths here. In through your nose if you can, and out through your mouth. Notice if your shoulders are coming up towards your ears, allow them to relax down and back. You don't have to pull them, but just let them relax down. Continuing those deep breaths. Now allowing your breath to return to normal flow. Let's do a quick body scan, starting at the crown of your head. Feel any tension you might have, the crown of your head down to your forehead. Notice any sensations in your face, if you're making any faces. Holding tension anywhere, allow that to relax. Bring your attention down to your neck and shoulders. We often carry a lot of tension here, so take your time. You can send your focus to really specific points on your body and see if you can focus and allow that muscle to release. When you're ready, you can bring your attention down through your chest and upper back, coming into your belly and torso, low back area. Your core is, of course, still lightly engaged to keep you standing upright with nice posture. But other than that, you're not holding tension anywhere. Noticing any sensations. Take an extra moment here to just feel any sensations in your spine, since we're going to be doing a lot of movement here through the core today. And when you're ready, you can send your attention further down through your bum and your thighs. Down your thighs, your quad muscles, your hamstrings, to your knees, and all the way down to your lower legs, your calf and shin. And finally, as you reach down to your feet, feeling all four corners of both feet pressing firmly into the mat, ground down, feel the ground pressing back up into your feet, keeping you standing upright. Take a couple more nice deep breaths here. Now, if your eyes are closed, you can keep them closed if you'd like, or you can gently blink them open, excuse me. If they're not already, bring your hands to heart center, your prayer position. And now, staying where you are, turning to demonstrate here, allow your thumbs to touch gently onto your chest and your pointer fingers to touch your chin. Now, from this position, we're going to do a few core-led twists. Now, this hand position is the way it is to keep this movement coming from your core. Now, your core is responsible for turning you in this way, but often we'll use our hands. It's very natural to kind of crank yourself deeper. So by placing your hands here and kind of locking your chest and chin together, this allows us to come naturally all the way from the core, not overdoing it and getting all the benefit. So from here, take a nice deep inhale, send the crown of your head up, stretching nice and tall. And as you exhale from the core, gently see how far you can get your body to twist to one side. Stop where you stick and take a breath there. And repeating the same thing as you inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head up towards the sky. And as you exhale, see if you have any further to twist. If you don't, that's perfectly all right. Now, don't be alarmed if you feel like you're barely twisting at all. This is really natural, especially when we're doing a really isolated twist from the core like this. When you allow your shoulders and your head to twist, you can probably look close to behind you, but that's not fully articulating through the spine where we want it to be. So that's why we're keeping it isolated right now. Taking one more breath here. And on your next exhale, slowly release back to center. Nice job. Do any little resetting you need to do and setting up for the same thing on the other side. Inhale, reach up with the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting to the opposite side now. Notice if your hips are coming with you and try to keep them pointed forward. You can set back up and start again. You can think of them as if you have headlights on the points of your hips, you want to keep them pointing forward from where you are standing and twisting to the side. It's a little bit difficult to get the hang of, but once you do, you'll feel it. Once again, taking another pause in the middle there. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhale. Twist just a little bit more. Don't force it though. And on your next exhale, gently release back to center. Great job. Now you can keep your hands in prayer. You can release them from your chin and your chest. You can also bring them to your sides, whatever feels good. We're going to take those twists one more time. Keeping that engagement coming from your core. We just prepped it. We got it all isolated nicely coming from your core. But we are going to bring it, the twist motion, up a little bit in your spine and allow your head to twist gently. Keeping your arms relaxed. We're still not pulling anywhere, but allowing just a little bit more of your spine, because your spine comes all the way up to your neck and to your head, allowing a little bit more of your spine to do that twisting. So from here, again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale from your core, twist as far as you can. Only this time, you can allow yourself to look over your shoulder. Of course, you probably feel like you're twisting a lot farther, but a lot of that's really coming from our necks. It's what they're meant to do. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more. And exhale, twist a tiny bit deeper. Keeping your hips pointed forward again. And on your next exhale, release back to center. Great job. Last time on the other side, inhale, crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, twisting to your opposite side. And you can allow your neck to continue that twist. Inhale where you stick, lengthen up nice and tall. And exhale, go ahead and twist a little bit further if you have it. You should feel this. A little bit of the work coming from your core. Your obliques are making this motion. And on your next exhale, release back to center. You can release your hands if they're not already. Beautiful. Now, take your feet a little bit wider here. Toes still pointed forward. Now, when we get into this next pose, you can play with how far apart your feet are, but just a comfortable wide leg stance here, nothing major. Allowing your hips to hinge, fold forward, and place your left hand onto the mat between your feet. Do any adjustments you need to bend your knees slightly, that's totally fine. Placing your left hand on the mat, somewhere in between your feet. Now from here, when you're ready, send your right hand, sweep it up to the side and all the way above you, sending your gaze up towards your fingers if that's comfortable. If it's not, you can stop the gaze at the ground or to the side of you. Feeling that twist. Now, if this feels good for you, stay right here in this twist. If you need a little bit more, feel free to bend gently, nice and slow, into your left leg. See how that changes the stretch for you. Focus back on that feeling you had in your obliques, in your core, when we were doing those twists, and see if you can find that same engagement here. Take a couple of breaths here. And when you're ready, float your right hand back down to the mat and place it where your left hand is, setting up for the other side. Now sweeping your left hand up above you, sending your gaze to follow your fingertips or just stop right to your side. Whatever feels good. Now from here, if you need to deepen, you're bending into the right leg a little bit. But take some motion in your legs, feel different motions here and find what feels good for you today. Couple of breaths. Press nice and firmly through your hands, all 5 fingers. And when you're ready, exhale, sweeping your left hand down to meet your right hand, Bring your feet together or about hips width apart. Allow your knees to bend. Bring your torso on top of your thighs and hang heavy in ragdoll, allowing your neck and head to relax and dangle in front of you. Take a few breaths here. If you prefer a wider leg ragdoll, go ahead and do that as well. Just doing a little bit of releasing through the spine right now, letting gravity pull you gently down towards the mat. Take one more nice deep breath. And on your next inhale, plant your hands if they aren't already. Rise, halfway lift. You can bring your hands to the mat or your shins and find that straight spine position. You can keep your knees bent or straighten your legs out more. Bring the crown of your head away from your hips. Think about lengthening through your spine. And on your next exhale, plant your hands on the mat if they're not already and step back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your dog out because we haven't been here yet today. Pressing the mat away with your hands, palms, all 10 fingers, evenly pressing into the mat. Hips up and back, nice and long through your back, all the way through your shoulders. On your next inhale, come forward to high plank, so hips come down, shoulders come forward over your hands. And either bring your knees down or lower onto your belly through chaturanga. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat and press up just halfway. Come find your cobra pose. So using your arms to support. Take a couple of breaths here. Feeling your back holding you nice and strong. And exhale, release back down. We're going to take that one more time. If you would like to rise all the way up into an upward facing dog, go right ahead. Inhale, pressing through your palms. Rise up through your cobra or all the way into your upward facing dog, whatever feels good for you today. Take a breath here. Now pressing through the palms of your hands, rise up through your hands and knees. Actually keep bringing your hips all the way back to sit as far back towards your heels as they can. Stretching your hands forward, finding your puppy pose. So hands outstretched as long as they can go. Relaxing your shoulders and chest down towards the mat. Now don't force anything here. Feel your chest melting down into the mat. It may touch, it may be 6 inches away, wherever you're at today is perfectly fine. You might have your cheek, your chin, or your forehead resting on the mat, or you might just be floating above. Take any adjustments you need with your knees and hips. You can always grab a block and place it under your thighs or under your bum if you need that as well. Get comfortable here and take a few breaths. Feeling the heart opening. If you feel any discomfort, any pain in your shoulders, definitely back off a little bit. Should feel a nice stretch, but no pain. And when you're ready, you can press back up into your tabletop position. We're going to take some gentle spine circles. So allow your belly to melt down towards the mat, your hips and your chest shining up and forward, finding your cow pose. From here, we're going to take a rotation to the side and find our way into our cat pose with our back curled upwards, arching through the back. Beautiful. Now continuing that motion, rotating down through the side, find your cow again. And now with your own breath, keep rotating through here. Take a couple on the side, the direction you are already going. At your own speed, hang out anywhere that feels stuck. Keep pressing firmly through your hands and the tops of your feet. And when you're ready, go ahead and switch directions. Really see how spread out you can make this motion through your spine. Take one more rotation. And when you're ready, you can stop back in your tabletop pose. You're going to thread the needle next. So sending your weight into your right hand and both knees. Inhale, sweep your left hand up towards the sky, following it with your gaze as far as feels comfortable. And as you exhale, sweep your left hand back down between your right hand and leg and reach for this twist. Now keeping your right arm as a support. Your left shoulder might be floating. You might have all your weight on your right hand, or you may be relaxed in this twist all the way with your shoulder on the mat. Now, if you feel any discomfort in your shoulder, if this is not an extremely comfortable position to just lie in, stay right here and work on where you're at. If you do feel extraordinarily comfortable here, Feel free to slowly lift your weight off of your right hand, making sure you're still feeling comfortable, and reaching up with your right hand towards the sky. See how this feels. Again, if you feel any discomfort or if having no support with your right hand does not feel good on your left shoulder, stay right where you are. Keep the support in your right hand. Protect your shoulder. Find your twist here. Find a place that you can breathe. If you can't breathe, back off a little bit. If your right hand is up, go ahead and place it back on the mat. Press through your right hand. Sweep your left arm back up over your head. Nice and slow. And exhale. Bring your left hand back to the mat. Great job. Same thing on the other side now. Weight into your left hand. Inhale, sweep your right arm up overhead, following it as far as you can with your gaze. And exhale, bring it back down. Sweep it between your left hand and leg. Bending in your left arm. Finding where you land. If it's different on this side, don't worry about it. Just honor where your body is at on each side. Again, if you are using your left hand for support, stay right there. Find your own twist. If you are totally relaxed, laying on the floor, feel free to gently, slowly take the weight off of your left hand. Bring it up towards the sky, again, following it with your gaze as far as feels comfortable. That may just be laying forward, gazing forward. Take some breaths here. Again, noticing your breath. You can't take a nice, full, deep breath, and you might be a little too far. When you're ready, if your hand is up, bring your left hand back to the mat. Press firmly through your left palm. Sweep your right arm back up towards the sky, opening up to your right. And exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Great job. Now bringing your bum back to sit on your heels, find yourself in a hero pose, if that feels good. You might just be on your heels. You can grab a block or a bolster to put between your thigh and your heels. Or if hero pose, kneeling like this, just isn't comfortable for you, that's totally fine. You can go ahead and cross your legs. Take any sort of easy seat that's comfortable for you. So find your comfortable seated position. From here, inhale, sweep your hands up above your head, gaze up towards your fingertips. Take a breath here. And exhale, bring your hands back down to your sides. Take your right fingertips, walk them as far away as you can from your body, comfortably. Tent them on the mat. And inhale, sweep your left hand up and over your body, coming towards the right side, all the way over. And find a nice side stretch here, stretching from your left fingertips down through your arm, through your armpit, your sides, down maybe all the way down to your hip. If you need to bend into your right arm any amount to find that stretch, go ahead. You may be totally straight. You may be all the way down on your forearm. My body's not having that today, and that's just all right. Also be aware if you're normally doing this stretch in an easy seat and you're taking it in hero pose today, remember that you're farther off the ground, and that is totally normal that you can't bring your forearm to the ground if you normally can. Reach nice and long with your left fingertips, and on your next exhale, sweep your arm back up over your head to the mat at your side. Beautiful. Other side. Walking your left fingertips away, tenting them on the mat where they stop. Inhale, sweep your right arm this time up overhead. Maybe following your gaze to your fingers, finding that same stretch now on your right side. Again, you can make any adjustments with your left arm, bending it, bringing it out further. Finding that stretch. Reaching nice and long, active through your fingers on your right hand. If you find that you don't have a deep enough or even enough stretch, you can also think about sending your right hip gently to the right. See how that changes the stretch. And on your next exhale, sweep your right arm back down to your side and release. Great job. Now, still in your hero pose or your easy seat, wherever you're at, let's pause here and take a few breaths together. Let's go for 10 nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth at your own pace. We'll take some time here. Take a silent breath together. Go right ahead. Now, with our 10 deep breaths, that brings us to the end of class today. We have now mobilized our spine in just about every direction that it moves. I hope you're feeling nice and loose and comfortable through your spine and your core and your torso. If you'd like to continue this relaxation that we started just now, go right ahead and take a Shavasana, lie on your back. Take your time coming out of this for the day. But this is where I will leave you. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. Namaste. You have a great rest of your day.